All right, good evening. Let's jump in here, good peoples. Talk about Misty and MSTR. So, what happened on Friday? Well, we continue to bounce. MSTR is obviously one of the better underlyings, and Misty has just been a phenomenal payer. They did hit for the cycle this time, slightly under $2. I had 201 and they paying 194. I thought if they went that close, honestly, that they would just pay $2 and keep saying that it's never paid $1, but they weren't afraid. They didn't earn that much, in all honesty. We're off to a good start, though, in general. I mean, we've rebounded quite a bit. So, again, the market can go either way right now. We may be getting closer to a top again on this bounce, but it's hard to predict minute to minute. Okay, so what happened? MSTR went up from 1309 to 1369.21, so it was up 4.6. We were up 4.14, so we really weren't capped. We just couldn't quite keep up, but that's pretty close. You look here, we've been winning most of the time. We did have a couple of big losses when this thing just skied up like 14% and we were capped, right? Only got up 6. Um, and this time it went up 9% and we only went up 4%. Other than that, in general, we've been winning. Okay, so let's follow. There were some shares bought, a big amount of shares bought, actually, both days, right? So it went from 15,375 and the bloody Monday, there was 800, well, 750,000 shares bought. Then it was followed up by 600,000 shares bought. So what did we do with the 600,000? Let me show you here in MSTR. So again, I'll show you quickly and then I'll just go. So we did when you have 3 of the same contract volume, we did a buy to open on a 1550 synthetic and a sell short on the put. And then we went out and sold 1440s for later this week to all at 215 contract. So let's go take a look at them. Let's look at the naked call, the weekly. We got $26.15, which is also what it closed at. So that kind of leads me to believe they did it late in the day. Nice, though. We collected 562,000 with 3 trading days to go and we're right at break even. So again, that's substantially, well, it's 70 points higher. I shouldn't say substantially because for crypto, that for BTC, that's nothing, and MSTR, but at the same time, I think we're getting near the top of this bounce that we're in, not just related to this and the overall markets and this risk on and risk off. BTC is sort of trading like it's a NASDAQ tech stock more than a store of wealth. It'll eventually get there. All right. So let's take a look on the weekly. So we added this 215 contract. So it's 5% out of the money. We have other ones at 1450, small amount, and the bulk are way up there at 1600. So I'm in favor when I show you payouts of them taking it off the table. Unless we continue to move up, then it'll sort of stay at this level. But at 3 days to go, that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you holding. Okay. This always tells us everything, and I always say that, but it's so true. So our synthetic is down, right? Because we bounced from 1301 to 1369. So our loss, it's still a loss because these are at 1550. So it's got 180 points or so to go, and that's 816. So I'm hoping it only goes to 1440. If it continues to rise this week, we stay below our weeklies, write them out there a ways, then we can move up to 1550 and close this out the beginning of the week that's going to end on 8/16. I don't think they'll close it out the end of this week unless we're up there substantially. So these are all coming down, right? 86.82. So if we retrace any at all, if we go back to 1340, 1330 or something, I say take these off at 90%. Don't even mess around. I know they're way up there, but just take it off. I mean, there's not that much to be gained, 900,000. But if we take 400 of that out, then the other is a pittance against what we need for income. So we've captured all together almost 87%. Whoops, this isn't right. This is only measuring that guy. Hold on. J20 to H20. 7074. Why is that? I think I'm only adding one column. Yeah, I got to get this to go to 16. Okay, there we are. But is this measuring? No, that's only measuring. So I'll do the same thing here. All right, that makes more sense. Collectively, it's 78. This skews it, right? Because it's the bulk of the contract, but not enough that it would be exactly the same. So that makes more sense. All right, so here's our 52 million. Where were we? Well, we were at 66, right? So we just shaved 14 million off that by moving up 60 points. So if we move up 180 points and we get up near 1550, then this just goes away. But we don't want that to happen this week. Not that it is or will. And don't forget that tomorrow, sorry, Thursday is the effective day of the MSTR split. And normally after the stock split, they tend to retrace. That's, again, that's a probability. But since this market got hit hard in the middle of going into the retrace, like I said, I tried to get some MSTR. I missed it by $4. I tried to buy it at 1,020 on that after that opening on Monday, and I missed it by $4. I'm still upset at myself on that because I wasn't there to watch the whole thing. I just put the trade in and estimated where it may go, and I wasn't able to. By the time I looked at it, it was already 1180 or something, and I said, I'm not going to chase this. But I would have just turned that into some wheel strategy where I just wrote a high call out there. But anyway, so this has bounced a lot from that Monday low opening. So we'll see where it goes. The reason our close is so skewed is this is projecting because they take all the cash on Tuesday evening and they stick it and hand it to the trust that's going to distribute it on Thursday, Wednesday night or Thursday morning. That's why the stock will open up. And ballpark, we were paying 194. So technically this should be like 2373. Okay, so it's within 5%, 5 points, 5 pennies from being correct, which is totally right. But anybody that looks at this and, oh, what happened, right? So we're paying $1.94. And so that price will get reflected in another 6 or 7 hours in the pre-market into Misty's price. All right, guys. So that's where we stand there. Mostly positive. We're moving in the right direction. So another positive, let's go take a look here. So we know what we're being paid. And look at this. There's nothing better than starting a week off, okay, with sorry, this is still going into the other fund, but that will then shift over as carry forward. Okay. So it's still positive. Starting tomorrow, I'll build a new August column for all of this. But technically, through declaration, I'm giving it to the other month. So that's not true that it's really more money. We've already been paid way more than we earn, but this just shows that more came in at the end. Okay, guys, that's what I got for you. You know, Misty, out of all of them, I just think that MSTR is the stock to be in. It doesn't mean if the market sells off, it acts like it's in the NASDAQ and it gets hit hard at times, but boy, it has the capability to come back. I really, really am bullish on BTC and MSTR. But again, in the short term, anything can happen, guys. Okay, again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's for fun and entertainment. Have a great rest of your evening if you're still awake, and a good Wednesday. Bye for now.